So that means at some point in time in there, we've got to bring our feet together. So turn left is actually a forward step commencing left face turn, which would be upper body turn. So it's a forward step commencing left face upper body turn. Then we're going to do our chasse to banjo, which is a side close turn to banjo. Don't forget, you gotta put a close in the middle of a chasse. Always, 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 always. You gotta close your feet in the middle of a chasse, and it has to be syncopated because you're putting 3 steps on 2 beats of music. So when we turn left and right chasse to banjo, it's called a right chasse because he's doing his chasse starting with his right foot. So it's turn left and a right chasse to banjo. 1, 2, and 3. Normal standard chasse timing. If we were to do through chasse to semi, 1, 2, and 3. Through chasse to banjo, 1, 2, and 3. Same timing, turn left and right chasse to banjo. 1, 2, and 3. But you gotta put that and in there. Little center, impetus to semi. He's gonna do a heel turn. 1, 2, 3. And that's your impetus to semi.
What's the 2 count? What is the 2? Which one gets the 2 count? It's almost like you don't really touch that one. Do you make 3-way changes? I just didn't see it.
That's 3-way changes. For the ladies, and 3-way changes for the men. Here's 1. He's bringing his feet together as I step over here. That's 2. And then we both step out. That's 3.
Your just heels aren't down on that 2.
Huh?
Your heels don't really come down on 2 when you're turning.
No, you're up on your toes.
But it counts as a 2. It counts as a 2.
Coming around. So the person doing the heel turn is usually doing the shorter turn. They're on the inside of the turn. So he's going to take 3/4 of the way around, and I'm going to do a quarter turn on the Telemark. So I'm going to step back. He steps forward. He's commencing left face turn with that upper body rotation. And that's what's going to bring my feet together as he comes across, and I'm doing my heel turn. And then we both step out to a semi-closed position, diagonal line and wall. So that's your telemark to semi. Okay. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And we end up in semi-closed position, diagonal line of dance and wall. I want you guys to notice where we are in connection with each other. There is not enough space in here to put a piece of paper, actually. I mean, you could slip it in there if you make us move. But when we finish our telemark, we're not out here. There's no space between us. We have our Velcro slapped together. Okay? It's very, very important on a telemark to keep your bodies together. Because if you let it open up, you're dead. You can't get around. So we're in closed position, and I have my right hip up to him. We take our first step here, we take our second step, and now right here, my right hip is going to come out just a little tiny bit, just enough, so that I can step out to semi-closed. But my left hip is right up to his right hip. So it's really, really, really important that you keep that closeness so that you can keep around. Ladies, you must do a heel turn because otherwise you're going to be in the wrong place and you're going to outstep him. So you must do a heel turn. Hopefully he'll lead it by that upper body rotation. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Exceptions. But most figures you can figure there's 3 weight changes. The standard rule of thumb on figures in waltz is 3 weight changes. So we've done our telemark to semi. The hover Fallaway has 3 weight changes. Through together, forward rise, recover back in semi-closed position. We did 3 weight changes. Slip pivot, another one, 3 weight changes. Back together. He's going to back and I'm going to slip into banjo position, and he steps side and forward and I step side and back. 3 weight changes. Ends up with a trailing foot free. Maneuver. 1, 2, 3. Standard figures, almost every figure you can take to the bank are 3 weight changes. There's a few exceptions, but the standard figures in waltz, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Chasses have 4, okay? But the standard figures, 1, 2, 3, 1 step on each beat of music. So if we do this sequence, and this is a very, very common sequence, telemark to semi, 1, 2, 3. Hover Fallaway, 1, 2, 3. Slip pivot, 1, 2, 3. Maneuver, 1, 2, 3. Spin turn, 1, 2, 3. Box finish, 1, 2, 3. Everything has 3 weight changes. So you're not taking 2, you're not taking 4. Everything has 3 steps. Okay? And it takes you 5/8 of a revolution. So if the men do a plunk, 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 step, 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 that's not a spin turn. That's a step, 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 and you didn't get far enough around. Okay? You've got to get off your heels, you've got to get on your toes, you've got to spin, and you've got to turn 5/8 on a spin turn. 1, 2, 3. So he's facing diagonal line wall at the end of his normal natural spin turn. Box finish, back, turn, close, turning a quarter to the left. Okay? So turn from what a regular spin turn goes. So if a regular spin turn goes 5/8, that means an overturn is going to go approximately 7/8 of a rotation. Okay? Minimum of 3/4. Minimum 3/4. You've got to get at least 3/4, but 7/8 is better on a spin overturn. So there again, you can't do plunk, plunk, plunk. You've got to get on your toes and you've got to spin, and the major spin comes on 2. So you're going to take your first 1. Now the second step is where the major part of the spin happens. 2, 3. And he goes clear around to where he's facing reverse line diagonal wall. So when we put it together fast, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Now if we do a box finish from here, it's our left face quarter turn, which is going to set us up to diagonal line wall. But more often than not, whenever you do that spin overturn, they're wanting to set you up for something different, like a back and a chasse, which is going to have you going down line dance. Okay? So we're going to do that overturn. Spin overturn, 1, 2, 3. Back and chasse to banjo. So our chasse is moving down line of dance. But if he does a regular spin turn instead of an overturn, back and chasse to banjo, we're going the opposite direction of where we should be going. That's the reason it's so important that if it's an overturn, that you get that rotation in there, because if you don't, you're going to end up going the wrong direction. Okay? So spin overturn, 1, 2, 3. Back and chasse to banjo. We're going down the line of dance. Pivoting action. Remember that the person moving forward is going to be stepping forward between partners' feet. Right face turns always start early. So when he's taking his first step of that pivot, he's not going to step straight back. He's going to step back, commencing right face turn. But you notice that he's stepping back, turning, allowing place for my foot to go between his feet. And that's because I have to drive in between his feet in order to get the turn to happen or the spin to happen. So when I'm driving in between his feet, now he's going to return the favor. He's going to drive between my feet as I step side and back. And then we're going to both, he's going to step back and I'm going to step forward. The person stepping forward, if you're in closed position with the right foot, is going to go between partners' feet. Always, 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 always. Right foot goes forward between partners' feet. Never on the outside. Never on the outside. Between partners' feet. Right face turn, start early. 1, 2, 3. But his feet are apart so that I can get my foot in there to do my drive. And then he takes over and drives on the second step, and then I finish it driving on the third step. Turn. Now he's ready to go back. Here's back. Now, legally, logically, it would be really awkward to turn right from here because he has a left foot free. And you're doing a chasse. A chasse is a side close. To do a right face turning chasse from here would be almost impossible. Make it easy. Chasse to banjo. Okay? So back and chasse to banjo, trailing foot free. 1, 2, and 3. Go the short road instead of the long road. Okay? So spin overturn, back, and chasse to banjo. Nice earlier, I don't think anybody else. Weave to banjo, starting in semi-closed, trailing foot free. First three of the weave, you're both gonna step through with the first step. He's commencing left face turn now. On this second step, he's beginning to bring me in front with his upper body rotation. But his second step is when I really come in front of him. Third step, we go to banjo with the man facing reverse line diagonal center. Fourth step, he steps back. I'm in banjo, so where am I stepping? Outside of partner. He's stepping back. I'm stepping forward with him. And he's stepping side and forward, diagonal line and wall. And I'm right there in his pocket. Okay? So once he gets me in his pocket right here, I'm going to stay there. Okay? So we're starting in semi. 1, 2, I'm in his pocket. 3, now I'm going to stay right there. 4, 5, 6, and I'm right there in front of him in his pocket. My right hip is in his pocket, his left pocket, right pocket, right pocket. Okay? Let's try. 1, 2, 3. On that second measure, girls, he's backing up here. Now, when he takes that second step, don't try to go over here. That's really awkward. Go with him. Here, stay in banjo. Just take a forward step right along with him. And then into your banjo, diagonal line and wall. Don't try to get over there because that's awkward. So we do the first measure. Now I'm taking a forward step. Now my forward step is outside of partner over here as he's turning. Okay?